So I think that what's really interesting about Day of the Dead is that it has something it can offer kind of non-Latino American culture and how we think about kind of life and death. Because I think that in some ways in the United States, kind of in mainstream society, there's such a value placed on youth and placed on looking young and being young, and we're really distant from death. Like we and as I said before, even before going to Mexico City and going for that Day of the Dead celebration, I'd never spent time in a cemetery. Like cemetery, I think that there's a way in American culture, and I think this is part of what Halloween is that you want to stay away from those things. That those things are scary, those things are forbidden, they're haunting, they're evil. That there's a forebodingness to it, and I think that this is where non-Latino American culture has a lot to learn from Latinos in Latin America to embrace, death as part of life, and that these are things that are inevitable, but they're also really beautiful, and that we should not fear them, but actually embrace them. And I think that American culture is very much about trying to distance ourselves from death to prolong life, in a way that might not necessarily always be good for us. And I think that there's a lot to learn from Latin American and Latino cultures where we see this as a continuity and something to be embraced.